Hello everyone. Today I'm making ملفوف cabbage rolls, and I'm gonna make two kinds, one vegetarian and one with meat to please everyone in my family. So the first step is to pour the cabbage head. Just take this out, this part out, so we can boil it. So I take this part, but you really need to go inside. And sometimes I kind of experiment with different knives that they work better. But take as much as you can. That way when you boil it, then the leaves come loose. Cabbage leaves come loose quickly. But I think this is gonna do it. So just take this out. It's being somewhat stubborn, but it's close. There we go. So I'm taking this out, and as you can see, this is all it's gonna be loose when I put it in the boiling water and boil it. So I'm going to put the cabbage head in the boiling water and just keep working with it. Sometimes flip it upside down, but see how those leaves of cabbage get loose. So I take them out, put them in a strainer. So I keep doing that. And of course with these, the tools that will work for you. There we are. So basically you want to soften him, get him off the cabbage head, and then put them on the side, and then we'll work with them once I'm all done with the cabbage. So I'm gonna flip it over, do this, and I'll continue working with the cabbage in the same way, and I'll get back to you soon. Okay, so as you can see, finished boiling the cabbage, so I have them all here. So I'm gonna start cutting them to prepare them for rolling. So I take each one and I kind of cut it in half such that I take the hard middle rib out, and so I stack them together. And I like to kind of stack them by size and by color sometimes, because when you see, you know, you have this darker color, I usually put the darker ones in the bottom of the pan because they may require more cooking. So I kind of sort them like that and get them all ready to be rolled. And I will come back to you in the next. All right, now I'm done with the leaves of the cabbage. So I put the rice. I put 4 large cups of rice, and I put salt on it. And now I add hot water to soak it for a few minutes. And then we'll prepare the stuffing in just a minute. Okay, so to get stuff ready for the cabbage rolls, that's non-vegetarian. I use beef, so I got this petite sirloin steak. You could do London broil, yeah, any kind of meat that you like. So I just chop it all like this. Trim it. There is too much fat. Trim it from the fat and chop it just like this. And then later on I will add it to the rice to make the stuffing of the cabbage. And I will show you the next step once I'm done chopping this beef. All right, so I'm done chopping the beef. I'm going to add it to the rice that's been soaking and rinsed with cold water. And I'm going to add salt. pepper, allspice, about a tablespoon. Allspice tastes good with this. And then canola oil. About half a cup or so of canola oil. Mix them all together with the rice. I put about the same amount of rice. I don't measure, but I kind of eye it. Same amount of rice as beef. Make sure it has enough salt and seasoning. Again, I taste it before I start rolling the cabbage rolls. Be back in a second. All right, ready to roll the cabbage rolls. So I put those, you know, the middle, what we call the ribs of the cabbages in the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to start rolling like those, like such. So I'll take the cabbage leaf and then roll it and then put it in the pot. So I'm just gonna roll them, put them on the side, and then put them in the pot, and then show you the next step. This looks so good. It's gonna be so yummy, tasty. Yeah, so I continue doing this until I roll all of them, the rice and beef and seasonings. Stack them in the bottom of the pan, and I will get back to you. Okay, so after I rolled a layer of the cabbage rolls, put them in the bottom of the pan, I put some garlic in between each layer, like whole garlic. I used not to peel them, but those happen to be so big, so they kind of peeled while I was trying to cut them in half. So I can just cut them in half and put a few in each layer. After each layer in between. Yeah, so that will make it taste good. So I'll go to roll the next layer. All right, so finish the second layer right here. So I'm gonna throw some of the garlic and then go on to finish the third layer. All right, so I'm gonna add salt to the water that I'm going to add when I cook gonna mix it like this by hand, and I pour it on this is the vegetarian cabbage rolls. So I kind of try to cover it, but not too much. That's probably enough because it's almost maybe a little more like barely to cover it. Yeah, that's perfect. And then I turn the stove on to medium high until it boils, and then I lower the heat. Sometimes I need to put a plate on top so it doesn't overflow and it doesn't float. But it's boiling. I lower the temperature and I'm gonna wait on it for another 20 minutes. I'll check on it. All right, so there is the cabbage rolls. So I'm gonna take those rib cabbages that were in the middle of the pan. So I kind of flipped the pan over, and look at that. So we serve it with lemon juice and jalapeno pepper. But there it is for you. صحتين وعافية.